done online research, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So for this specific reason, just for this reason alone, never mind the damage to the recovery in the course of the day that you're not doing disregarding and all of that, but even how much you're going to suffer from the information you're going to find online, use that to say no, to going and to researching, because it is a lot of damage and it is a lot of suffering that you're subjecting yourself to by doing these actions. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do an emergency session or a program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. The one simple truth about OCD recovery that you have to realize is that nobody is really going to save you. The only person who can save you is you. And I found that when I was going through recovery, I found it to be very painful because, especially in the situation how it was back then, where nobody understood what was going on. There was no terms for ROCD or HOCD or whatever OCD. There was none of that. So there was like almost, I've talked about it so many times in earlier videos, there's almost zero information. And you're left with these grains of truth of how to do recovery work, and you're trying to swim and nobody can help you. But now, having the information that we have about how to recover and seeing that, yes, you can recover, realize that on one side, yes, your recovery is up to you. But on the other side, you have full control. You can do this. Nothing can really stop you except for you not doing the work today, tomorrow, the next day. That's the only thing that can stop you, is your own will not to do the work. And if you take that away and push every day for, let's say, the next 2 months, starting now, not starting tomorrow, not starting when the work gets easier, not starting when you finish a project, not starting when your family life gets easier. Now, do this. You're the captain of the ship. Start steering it the right way now, and you will see your whole life will shine in entirely different color spectrum. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about the deeper meaning behind your OCD thoughts. So OCD has a tendency to morph from theme to theme. If you are young or you just developed OCD, you feel like you've just developed OCD, you may have not experienced that. But take it from all of us who have experienced it. It morphs from theme to theme. So what you care about now, for example, if right now you have harm OCD and you think, if I just get rid of harm OCD, another theme will never come up. That is not true. Now, why the themes switch? For example, when a person is very young, when they're a kid, a lot of the times they worry, what if something happens to their parents? Now, I haven't heard too many teenagers have an OCD worry of what if something happens to their parents, if you know what I mean. Then let's say as they get into young adulthood, they're dating, then what if I do something to my partner? What if my partner is cheating on me? What if I don't care about my partner? What if my partner doesn't care about me? That can switch because priorities switched. They're no longer ruminating about the parents because that's not a priority anymore. This is a priority. Then they have kids and they can develop OCD about that. And people can be also very inclined towards their job, right? So if that happens, then they worry about stuff that has to do with their job, their career, right? If they're very religious, they can start to have worries about religion. So the point I'm making is the deeper meaning only means that it attaches to what you care about in the moment. You don't have to do childhood, what is it called? Inner child work. That doesn't work for OCD. It literally jumps onto what's important. Even if I take, for example, relationship OCD, people get into a new relationship, and as soon as the relationship starts to get serious, they develop relationship OCD, if they were inclined that way, if relationships are really important to them. Now, others don't. And I actually had quite a few clients over the years where the partner caught on to it, and the partner will say, why aren't you ruminating about me? Aren't I the most important for you? Why are you ruminating about some other thing, right? So that's kind of a situation as well. So look at it that way, that the deeper meaning is simply that it attaches to your priority. That's it. End of story. And with that, you need to be aware that OCD shifts. So you need to not be in the mode of, oh, I got to get rid of this OCD theme. No, you have to get rid of OCD, not a specific theme. Because if you just placate theme after theme after theme, you will never get out of it. It will just keep going around and around until you forget about the first one, and then it will come around again. So do the work, disregard every day, all day, not once a day exercise. That's going to do nothing. Well, very, very little. And I'm telling you, you will recover. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't, if you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me where I push you towards recovery. All the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about some ways to practically prevent a relapse. First of all, you risk a relapse if you fully didn't heal your OCD. So if, let's say, you got OCD to the point where it's almost gone, it's not really bothering you, you just experience some symptoms, just a little bit of rumination here, a little rumination there. Let me be very clear to you. You are not recovered. And this will come back when you least expect it, when you are in a stressful situation in real life. And you might, again, when OCD comes back, it's only coming in as like, hey, you want to ruminate? Hey, you want to do a compulsion? It's still up to you whether you take the bait or not. But it's going to come in at a time when you're not really equipped to deal with it because of outside situations, perhaps, or holidays, or whatever situation comes up in life where you're not at your best to react correctly. So, point number one, fix your OCD fully. If you are ruminating a little bit, if you're doing compulsions a little bit, don't leave a stone unturned. All of this has to go. Don't leave that 5% because that 5% is what's gonna cause your relapse. Now, another thing, people with OCD have this personality where the second the cast is off the leg, they're about to run a marathon. They're like, oh, the cast is off the leg. It's marathon time. That's the only logical solution to this problem. We very much think in all or nothing, black and white terms. We don't slow down. We don't let ourselves heal. And it's very important that you break this pattern in your life, because sometimes situations come up where it's just stressful time. But always ask yourself, is it stressful because things are happening around you? And that's valid, and it happens. And I see this with clients, and we power through it and deal with it and find solutions. But a lot of the time, it's because you are creating the current You are creating, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that and extra here and more there, especially during the holidays. So it's very important that you don't take on too much. Yes, the cast is off the leg, but no, you are not running a marathon. Let yourself heal. A brain is an organ just like any other organ where it needs time to heal. The second that you feel like, I'm not ruminating anymore, I'm not doing any compulsions, or even you're doing 5%, which is not fully healed, I'll do everything. I'll put myself in a lot of stress. I'll get everything done. It's going to be fantastic. No, it's not going to be fantastic. This is what's going to cause a relapse. Now, a little bit later in the situation, if maybe you've already done some of those things or stress already happened and you feel it's hard to explain to a person who's never understood OCD or never had OCD, but a person with OCD will know what I mean when I say this, is you feel before you get a thought, you feel this, not every time, but a lot of the time. You feel this kind of almost like a buzzing in the body. It's hard to explain, but it's like you feel anxiety without having it develop into a thought. When you feel this, it's very important that you, A, prepare yourself for an OCD thought that something is going to come in, and when that comes in, I will make sure I disregard. And also, those are your signs, or for example, for people who are like nail pickers, you start to see that you're doing some of these behaviors that are already signaling that you are in too much stress. And at that point, it's important to, again, slow down your project, slow down whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you're going. And I don't mean like lay on the bed, horizontal, not doing anything, not like that, but just take it easy a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Maybe some valerian root would help in those kinds of situations as well, just to calm yourself back down before you go into an OCD frenzy. Also, what causes a relapse? Triggers that you don't have very often. So if, let's say, you're going to see somebody who is going to be a trigger, or you're going to do something that's a trigger for you, going to go to somebody's house where there's triggers, right? Prepare yourself for that situation. So treat it like an exposure exercise. I'm going to go there. It's going to be triggering. When it will happen, right? When the anxiety thought will happen, or feeling or urge or whatever, I will make the choice to disregard. If you prepare yourself, then you will not react in a bad way, and you will not feed OCD, and you will not start a relapse. At the end of the day, always remember, you are the captain of the ship. So yes, OCD can come in, it can give you a thought, it can give you a feeling, it can give you a sensation, but what are you going to do? If you're not going to run with it, it doesn't have power except for the power that you're giving it. So your job is to not give it that power. And then the thought will come, the thought will leave, done, didn't relapse. Because that's the difference between people who have OCD and who don't have OCDs. Everybody gets weird thoughts, but they just don't take them seriously. They don't run with them. They don't even remember them a second later. But a person with OCD ruminates, takes them seriously, and remembers them for, I don't know, years to come. That's the difference. So I hope this helps. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, or just book a talk, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I want to talk to you about what does full recovery look like. Full recovery looks like this. You no longer get any OCD thoughts. Any at all. So it's not, I know a lot of the times people kind of misinterpret it and say, well, full recovery is when you get thoughts, but you are better at disregarding them. No, that's not full recovery. That's quicksand, if you want my opinion. But because there's going to be a stressful situation, and then OCD can come back, and that way OCD stays chronic for life and you're just managing it. So that's not full recovery. Full recovery is when you no longer get thoughts, where you've trained your brain enough that your brain understands that these thoughts are so irrelevant that it has a million real life thoughts to give you, and it doesn't even go into OCD territory. Moreover, OCD recovery, to me personally, means that besides your, I don't know, harm, religious, relationship, OCD themes, whatever theme you've had, sensorimotor, false memory, besides your theme that you no longer get thoughts on, you are also, and this is very, very important, that you are also able to handle regular life better. Because that is, if you can't handle real life, in a way that you get anxious over everything, you spin out on everything, you ruminate about everything, that is a prerequisite to you potentially getting OCD back in the future. So not only do you need to apply these principles to your OCD recovery, get all of your compulsions, ruminations, avoidances out of the way, but also apply it to life outside of OCD. Where if you look, for example, at yesterday, or like this week, let's say, how much did you ruminate, not about OCD stuff, but real life stuff that you overthought, overreacted to, all of that. That also needs to go down to zero. And when you get that down, which is a situation, for example, where I'm at, I mean, we had so many calamities happen this year, and you're standing on solid footing. You're still standing. You're not on quicksand. You're not in danger of falling down. And when you feel like this, when you feel secure, that's full recovery. I hope this helps. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I wanted to talk about a question I get asked often. Will my OCD thoughts be gone after recovery? So look at it this way. Let's say a person is driving in the car. They're driving the car. They don't have OCD. They get an intrusive thought, which every human being on planet Earth gets, of what if I swerve the car and kill everybody? What does that person do? So this is a person who doesn't have OCD. They'll say, that's silly. And they move on. Versus a person who's about to develop OCD or has harm OCD, they'll be like, oh my God, why would I have these thoughts? What does this mean about me? Let me ruminate. Let me then Google and Reddit, and the person starts to ruminate. They get overwhelmed. Their anxiety goes through the roof. Versus the person who never had OCD, they wouldn't even tell you that they had that thought because they don't even remember having it a minute later. You see the difference? So intrusive thoughts are normal. They happen to everybody. There was one study that showed that people with OCD and people without OCD have very similar thoughts. It was just that people with OCD take them seriously, while people without OCD just forget about them. 70,000 thoughts a day. People get somewhere between I think it was 40 to 70,000 thoughts a day. If you Google 70,000 thoughts, you will see that study. So people get a lot of random thoughts, but people who don't have OCD just forget about them and don't take them personally. Versus people with OCD, they remember them, take them seriously, ruminate, and do all of this compulsion behavior. So after recovery, you become like everyone else, where thoughts may come in on all kinds of weird topics, but you won't even acknowledge them. Of course, they'll give you zero anxiety, and it will be a very rare occasion when they're coming in. So it's not going to be all the time. And it depends on the theme as well. So for example, themes such as magical thinking. If I pick up this cup, something bad is going to happen to somebody because I had a bad thought, right? That's going to be fully gone. What's another one? This is a red spot. Maybe I will get HIV from it. That's going to be gone. So those types of thoughts, you will most likely will never experience them again. Now, if we take something that's relationship OCD, how do I feel about my partner? Anybody on planet Earth had those thoughts. So those thoughts will from time to time come in because you're a normal human being, but they will not give you distress, and you will experience them on the same level that any other human being experiences it. So, but compare that to, for example, HOCD thought. What if I'm gay, right? Those thoughts will just not come in anymore, right? So that's kind of the difference. I hope this overview explains what you can expect and what normalcy is in terms of intrusive thoughts. If you have any more questions, if something was unclear, let me know in the comments below. I will be back tomorrow with another video. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or just book a one-time talk, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered. My clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Just wanted to let you know we did a massive update, and there's so much new stuff. There's new trackers, there's exposure work, there's detailed instructions. You'll get detailed messages from me as well every single day. So if you have not downloaded it, download it below. I'm going to leave all the links there. If you already have the app, please update so then you get all the latest features. This update took a long time because we wanted to make sure that it was exactly what you needed for recovery and tailor it in a way that works best for the person doing recovery work. So it was a labor of love, and I really hope that you like it. Please check it out. Again, I'll leave all the links below. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered. My clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I wanted to talk to you about how on-purpose exposures can keep you trapped in OCD. And I want you to listen to me and look at it logically without having any preconceived ideas or notions, but just look at it with this fresh set of eyes, okay? When you do on-purpose exposure, whether it's through hierarchy, targeted exposures, or even scripting where you write out the situation to try to habituate to it, right? All those things are geared, not entirely, but basically to habituate to the thought of the day, right? But tomorrow, you're going to have a new thought. So basically, you're always playing catch up. OCD tells you, don't touch the doorknob. So you're like, I will do an on-purpose exposure. I will touch the doorknob, which is good. It is good to do that. But then OCD, so you did the on-purpose exposures for the doorknob. Then it moves to the door itself. Now you're again one step behind, playing catch up. Again, you do the exposure for the door. Fine, fantastic. But you can never recover with this method because your OCD is always bringing something next up for you. So in this way, you are always behind and always trapped eternally to continue to do these on-purpose exposures. And then let's say you did so many exposures that you just completely exhausted your current OCD theme. What is OCD to do? It moves on to another theme. So logically, even though this method can keep you afloat, and I think this idea of that on-purpose exposures is part of the gold standard, or is pretty much for most practitioners the only thing that they do with the client. The best that they can do is keep you afloat until the next thought, until the next theme, until the next situation. You're not really fixing the brain. You're band-aiding the situation. Well, not band-aiding, you are fixing the situation, but you're fixing the situation only in the moment. And tomorrow, the fact that you touch the doorknob will become irrelevant because your OCD has skyrocketed in some other area with some other situation or maybe some other theme entirely. And this is why the GREYMOND method is so different. And this is why we are seeing fantastic progress with clients, because we're not doing these things that are keeping you stuck. There is situations though in which on-purpose exposures are definitely necessary, and I do on-purpose exposures with clients, of course. In situations where, for example, going back to the door, right, that you are avoiding touching the door, which is your normal real life circumstance that you're not now avoiding, you need to do on-purpose exposures, of course. But it can't be end all and be all in OCD recovery. You just simply will not recover that way. And that's why people online who just do on-purpose exposures say then later, oh, I can't recover. Of course you can't recover. How can you when you're always playing catch up? So instead, I'm telling, well, if you're here, you're already probably using the GREYMOND method, but I'm telling you the GREYMOND method works. Do it, try it, download the app, start doing the work. I promise you, you will see results. I'll see you in the next video. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program, as always, you know where to find me on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered. My clients recovered. And you can fully recover too. A very common question I get asked literally every day is, what do I say back to OCD? People, for some reason, view it as very important. Like, do I say anything at all? Do I need to say a specific thing? Should I be saying disregard? Look at it from different perspective. Let's say you said, I'm disregarding, and then ruminated, paid attention, went on Google and Reddit, asked everybody all day. Or let's say when an OCD thought you said, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to you, and then disregarded all day. As they say, talk is cheap. You need to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So what you say to your OCD, that one line, is not very important. What you do the rest of the day after the thought, that's where it's at. That's the 99.999%. So you need to show your brain that you don't care through acting like everything is normal, not avoiding your daily life, going out, doing things, not laying in bed all day, not asking for reassurance all day, coming off of Google and Reddit and YouTubes and checking and this and that. Don't do those things. Show your brain you're disregarding. Don't just tell it, and then you will see improvement. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or just book a chat, all the information is below or on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered. My clients recovered. And you can fully recover too. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the online culture of OCD is chronic and you can never recover from it. And they're there and be kind to yourself. In my opinion, and everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, in my opinion, of somebody who's talked to probably, I don't know, how many thousands of people for the last 15 years doing sessions, as well as through my own recovery, I can tell you this, that if you're not accountable, if you're not pushing yourself to do recovery work every day, where Googling, not gonna do that, checking, not gonna do that, Redditing, not gonna do that, asking other people, not gonna do that. I am making a choice. Slam the fist on the table and say, done. I am done doing this. That's how you recover. That's the determination you need. If instead you are wishy-washy, kind of, I'm tracking, I'm not tracking, I'm doing the work, I'm not doing the work, I did one exposure a day, or I reduced one little part. I mean, it's all right for a start, but what are you doing the rest of the day? And why aren't you doing recovery work in the rest of the day? You have right now an emergency in your life. You have a massive OCD problem. You need to be putting all of your effort into pushing forward and doing recovery work. Not some effort, not excuses. You need to be putting everything you've got into doing recovery work. And it's not about finding the right coach or whatever. It's about you at home every moment of the day. That's what it's about. Don't listen to, if anybody tells you that just with my whatever help, you can recover. The only one who can really help you is you doing recovery work 24/7, meaning disregarding 24/7, not getting into rumination, not getting into checking, not asking, not Googling, not Redditing, not doing the behaviors that are keeping you stuck. So if you approach it that way, that no matter what, I'm going to do the work, you will see results really quick. And I see this with clients literally all the time. And the ones that signed up for sessions, I've showed people examples and they can see that it just works. So do the work every single day, no matter what. Make it your priority. You will see that this works. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or just book one session, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about living with uncertainty. First of all, considering you've had a reiteration of this thought about 1,000,000 times already in different variations, this is hardly uncertainty, because every time you've had a thought previously, you're not ruminating about that. You're ruminating about your last thought. Or maybe you have 2 thoughts or 3 thoughts you're ruminating about. But that 100 that you've had before on this theme that sounded very similar to this, you are no longer ruminating about. So you are hardly living in uncertainty. So whenever you have a thought that comes in, you don't need to say to yourself, I am choosing to live in uncertainty. Instead, say that I am choosing to view this as an OCD thought number 1,000,000, because it is an OCD thought number 1,000,000, because you had this thought 1,000,000 times. And let me remind you that every theme you have, every theme that you're worried about, harm OCD, relationship OCD, religious OCD, homosexual OCD, people who actually are in that life situation do not have an anxiety disorder. All those things I've mentioned do not come with an anxiety disorder. They're not ruminating all day. They're not obsessing all day. They're not checking Reddit. They're not seeking reassurance. They're not confessing. They're not doing compulsions. They're not doing those things. And you've had this thought 1,000,000 times. So you don't need to live with the uncertainty. You need to just make a choice to disregard what it really is. And that's thought number 1,000,000. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or just book a talk, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. I think the most common question people ask is, how do I trust myself? How do I feel that everything is okay? And you have to understand that it's not about achieving a feeling. It's about slamming the fist on the table and saying, I've had enough. I'm making a choice to view this as OCD. I'm making a choice to trust, not trying to get a feeling, but making a choice and saying enough is enough. And when you make that choice and you act in every way as if you believe it, it doesn't matter if you have the feeling or not. You act in every way as if you believe it, which means no more reassurance, no more Googling, no more checking, no more ruminating, no more figuring it out, no more doing compulsions, no more doing avoidances, no more doing any of that. You do this, and little by little, that belief will come. It's the more you try to achieve a feeling of belief, or feeling of trust, the more stuck you become. So make the choice, make the uncomfortable choice, final decision to view this as OCD. And I promise you, you won't be wrong. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. If you are tracking rumination through the OCD Help app using the GREYMOND method, a question that comes up often is, Ali, what exactly counts as rumination? There's obvious rumination when you are actively ruminating about your theme. But there's also hidden rumination. Hidden rumination can be as follows. What if I never recover? What if this thought will stick around forever? What if I'm never going to be happy because I'm going to have these thoughts forever? What if I'm never going to be focused because I'm going to have these thoughts forever? What if OCD will never go away and I'll always have to be in this cycle of maintaining it? What if I lose everything because of OCD? Ruminating about how much time you wasted on OCD in the past, how much you missed out on because of OCD, worrying about your future because of OCD. If it doesn't go away, my life is going to be very bad, and ruminating about that. Worrying about physical symptoms of OCD, fast heartbeat, heart palpitations, tiredness. What does this mean? Maybe it's a health issue, additional health issue. All of this is also rumination. It counts. It can't be just, well, it has nothing to do with my, harm OCD theme, so it doesn't count. It counts. And you need to count that as part of doing recovery work, because otherwise you're not really getting rid of all rumination, which means you're keeping OCD on life support, which means you're not fully getting rid of it. So all those things, examine within yourself. Do you do any of the things that I mentioned? And include them when you're using the GREYMOND method, hopefully with using OCD Help app, which is available on App Store and Android. Thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or book a talk with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I wanted to talk to you about one shocking fact about OCD. And throughout the years, I've been doing this for now, I say 15, but probably 16, even longer years of talking to clients about this. I remember back in the day, in yesteryear, where there was no differentiation like HOCD, ROCD, Sensorimotor, whatever. There was no differentiation. That didn't exist. All of those posts, websites, things that you see online devoted to these themes, that didn't exist. That name did not exist. It was just OCD, and mainly there was just talking about like cleaning OCD, and that's it. The thought-related OCD was just called PRO, and even then there was just maybe just a few little articles of information, which I was so thankful for at the time when I was going through recovery. But besides the fact that there was nothing. And yet, when I started to talk to clients, and now I've talked to probably, thousands of people, that everybody who has HOCD has the same triggers, same thoughts. There's variations, of course, but generally very, very similar. And these people live in different areas, come from different backgrounds, religiously, culturally, in all ways. They're different. But yet their fears are exactly the same. And when they say exactly the same, I mean verbatim the same. They're using the same phrasing. And again, this was, you have to understand, this was before there was information available online. So it's not like everybody read the same website and they're like, okay, and then they're using the same phrase. No, that's not what happened. It was just, that's how people were feeling, and what they were saying. One person says sounds exactly what another person says. And if you're a specialist such as myself and you hear every day people are talking about the same thing, that's why it started to be classified as HOCD, ROCD, whatever OCD themes, is because every therapist, every specialist is seeing the same thing, where those people are experiencing this type of OCD, those people are experiencing that type of OCD, and you can definitely group it because it sounds exactly the same. And that's one thing I always found shocking. And if you look at it from that perspective, I remember even when I started all this, right? And I thought in my naive mind back then, 15, 16 years ago, that I was like, you know what? There might be one person out there who's suffering like I am, and I want to help that person. I didn't realize how many people exactly were suffering because nobody was talking about it, right? And then I realized how many people were having exactly the same thoughts as me. And yeah, I see it all the time now, where people will come to me, new clients, and they'll say, I realized I had OCD for about a week now, and I've come to you to fix it. And they had weird thoughts. They looked online. They're like, oh, this looks like OCD. I'll call Ali. Because they found me through podcasts or YouTube or whatever. But I went through this journey over years. It took me years to realize that this was OCD, which now takes a week. So it's fantastic where we have come to, in the way of there is so much information, and people don't have to suffer in silence and shame and guilt and embarrassment with all this stuff. And we can just say like, hey, these thoughts, they have a name, they have a pattern, and we just need to fix it. And there is a way to fix it, and you can fully recover. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I want to talk to you about on-purpose exposures and why on-purpose exposures as a standalone treatment is not enough for OCD recovery. Because OCD has the ability and frequently morphs from theme to theme, when you are doing on-purpose exposure, for example, you are touching a doorknob because you're afraid to touch doorknobs. Well, that's great. It's going to get you past the doorknob part, but then your OCD will go on to another topic, and then you're going to do exposures for that. And then your OCD will morph to something else. And then when, let's say, if you had cleaning OCD, you exhaust all cleaning related things, and then it moves to, I don't know, relationship OCD or harm OCD or religious OCD or some whatever other theme. Pick one. Depending on what the most important things are in your life, that's the one OCD will pick next. And then what? New hierarchy, new on-purpose exposures. Do you see how, just purely logically speaking, this method alone will keep you stuck in OCD for life? You need to start doing recovery work properly, as I describe on this channel, because just spot treating will never get you to full recovery. It will keep you afloat. It will keep you not at the top of the anxiety, so it will lower your anxiety. But recover you by itself, absolutely not. It's simply not possible, because OCD has the ability to morph to a different theme, of course. I hope you find my videos helpful. Watch this channel, get the knowledge, do recovery work. You can do this. I believe in you step by step. I've done it. I say this all the time. I've done it. My clients have done it. We did the work and we recovered. So you do the work and you will recover, but the work must be done. This is not going to just happen. OCD will not just magically go away. You got to put effort into it. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to book a talk with me, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I wanted to share a message from one of my clients. This is a new client. We just started about a week ago, and she just wanted to give you the first impressions of doing recovery program.
Hello. So I first contacted Ali after watching some of her videos, and when my OCD and my anxiety were just terrible. And so we had an emergency call, but she first of all listened to my symptoms, and then we talked about the tracking method. So I've been doing that for 1 week now, and I can already feel the results. I'm feeling so much better. I'm of course not recovered, but I can clearly see improvement. My rumination time has gone down a lot. I can definitely see a change, and my anxiety levels have dropped as well, and I feel much more hopeful for the future, and I'll keep working, and I really want to nip it in the bud. I want to nip OCD in the bud and live my life again, free from this terrible illness, disorder, call it what you want. So thank you so much, Ali, and I wish everyone loads of courage.
Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. So in the last few videos, you've heard clients talk about how they're seeing results, but what if you personally are not seeing results? What are you doing wrong? A lot of the time, especially when the person first tries to do recovery work, they get stuck and they're like, what am I doing wrong? And most likely, you are not catching all the times you are ruminating. If you're doing compulsions or avoidances, you're not catching all of those either. But most likely one is rumination. You need to be catching all the rumination, including OCD about OCD, what if I never recover, about how you feel, comparing yourself to others, whether through the lens of OCD and having OCD or through the lens of whatever your content of your theme is. All of those ruminations make OCD worse. So if you're spending time thinking, is this OCD or not? Then what if I never recover? Then what if I'm a bad person? And that goes on all day. You're powering up OCD. And that is why OCD is sticking around, is because you continuously power it up. OCD is like a car. You need to be putting gas into it all the time for it to be running. And as long as you're putting that gas in, it continues to run. So somewhere in your life right now, if you're not seeing progress, if you're not doing well, somewhere you're putting gas in the car, whether it's through rumination, whether it's through compulsions, whether it's through avoidances. You gotta find where that's happening. And then you got to reduce that and reduce it all the way to nothing. That is very important, because if you leave a stone unturned, if you don't get rid of all of your compulsions, don't get rid of all of your rumination, it can come back when you are, well, first of all, it's going to be there to some extent, which makes OCD in that instance chronic. So you're keeping it low grade chronic. Yes, it's not prevalent in your life, but that's also not full recovery. That's just, I'm all right, basically. But that's not what when we say full recovery, we don't mean I still have a little bit of it. I still have some rumination, or I still have some compulsions. If you still are having some symptoms, it means that there's still some fuel that's somewhere you're putting in the car. So identify those areas. Start with the morning. You wake up, and then what happens? Do you lay in bed and ruminate? You need to be getting out of bed right away. No ruminating, no doing compulsions, no doing checking. YouTube, other social media, Reddit. Why are you on it, if in terms of like if you're looking something up that's OCD content related, right? All of those things, I'm kind of just throwing things out there, but you have to examine what it is in your life where you are powering up the thoughts and get rid of it. And that's all I have for today. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. You want to do recovery program with me? All the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you as always tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I want to talk to you about how to not get stuck in chronic OCD. So first of all, what do we mean when we say chronic OCD? Well, I'm talking about when you've gotten your OCD so low that it's, let's say, a level 3 anxiety or a level 2 anxiety, but it's not quite squashed, where you feel like you can live your life, you can do what you want to do, but it's a little bit there. That little bit there is not good enough. Because as soon as a stressful situation will hit in your life, and I don't mean even negative stress, moving, getting married, having a baby, changing jobs, a stressful situation comes in and your OCD will go through the roof. With this existing theme, with some other theme, it will come back. Let me be very clear with this. If you don't squish OCD all the way, it will come back. You need to take recovery very seriously and finish the job. This idea that kind of floats around online that, well, you just have tools and OCD is chronic and it will be for life. If you have a house and your house is a little bit dirty, until you clean it up, it's going to continue to be a little bit dirty. And when the stress comes in and you're not thinking about cleaning, it's going to get dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. And at some point, it will get back to level 10 dirty. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to finish the job. If you're doing any compulsions, any rumination, any avoidances, don't hold on to them. Get rid of them. It's very important, and it's hard to see the value of getting rid of the last of it when you're feeling almost okay. But I'm telling you that it's false, because you're feeling okay in the situation that you're in, and it can return should a stressful situation come in. So again, guys, do the GREYMOND method. Track, reduce, recover. you need to get everything to zero. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like me to push you personally and do one-on-one recovery work with me, all the information as always on youhaveocd.com, or you can just book a one session with me to go over your situation and create an action plan. I will see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm the founder of the GREYMOND method, as well as one of the first original coaches to be helping people to fully recover from OCD. After 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today, I want to talk to you about the last stage of OCD recovery. So, this is where OCD just can't find anything else to throw at you, probably because you are reducing your rumination, compulsions, and avoidances, and because you are trying to disregard as best you can. Your brain is like, where am I going to get this person? How am I going to get them to ruminate? How am I going to get them to do compulsions? I know, I will send them OCD about OCD. Well, since you're not buying into your theme, what if you just never recover? What if you're just going to always suffer? What if the anxiety will never leave? And that's what it throws at you. When it's out of bullets with everything else, it throws this at you. So what you need to do is disregard, first of all, treat this like any other OCD theme. I promise you it's not different. It's trying to get you to do the same old, rumination, compulsions, avoidances. And the more you do this, the more this theme will stick, just like any other theme. So the goal here is to treat it as exactly the same. Even though it's about OCD, it's not different. It still comes down to how much you are ruminating. It still comes down to how many compulsions you're doing, how much avoidance you are doing. Those are the three pillars of OCD. You got to get rid of all three to fully and truly recover from OCD. And whether you're ruminating about one of the other themes versus about OCD about OCD, it really doesn't matter. What matters is how much you are giving power up, how much, as I say, how much gas you're putting in the OCD car. That's how far it's gonna run. And the content is irrelevant. But this theme of OCD about OCD tends to be the last theme. So if you're dealing with this specific theme, most likely it's because it really can't throw anything else at you. So kind of take it as a sign of almost victory, but you gotta bring it to the ending. And like I was saying in previous video, don't let OCD become chronic. Finish the job. Don't leave a little bit of OCD here and there, because that can skyrocket and come back at you. So you want to make sure that you finish the process fully, get everything to zero, and then you can go on and live your life and also apply some of these same principles in everyday life as well, because it helps. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, as always, everything is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online, and I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. If right now you're having an OCD attack, remember that this is not new. This is literally thought number 1,000,000. You've seen this movie before. You know how it goes. You go to a 10, you do the behaviors, and then it comes back down. Break that chain. Don't do the behaviors. Don't do compulsions. Don't do rumination. Don't do Googling, checking. Don't do confessing. Make the choice not to do the behavior. You won't be wrong. Nothing bad is going to happen. This is literally, again, thought number 1,000,000. And your thought is so common that it actually falls under a theme. There's a name for it. Other people are experiencing this as well. And it also feels very real for them. And I know that you're saying, but mine is different. Yes, everybody says that too. That's also a symptom of everybody saying that, yes, mine is different. Again, thoughts come in under emotions, sensations, feelings, false memories, images, dreams. Probably missed a few. Those are all common classic OCD. Make the choice to disregard this thought number 1 million. Just make the brave choice right now. You won't be wrong. Nothing bad is going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen if you disregard is that you're going to win this battle. And in this battle, you're going to show OCD that you're no longer doing what it wants you to do. You're no longer going to buy into what it's trying to sell you. And that's going to give you back the power. And that's what you need to do, is to win back, get back that power. And then tomorrow, there's going to be another battle. And you will also choose to disregard that. And little by little, you're going to pull yourself out of OCD. I'm telling you 100%, full recovery is possible, but you have to find the strength to fight. You have to find the strength. I know you're tired. I know it's been exhausting, scary journey. I get it. But you have to find the strength to fight right now. Don't do what it wants you to do. Don't do the behaviors. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information, as always, you know where to find me on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online, and I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about trying to achieve a feeling of trust. Trust self, trust of others, and the more you try to achieve the feeling of trust, the feeling itself, the further away from this feeling you're going to get. Instead of trying to achieve a feeling, to feel that specific feeling, we're going to make a choice. So we're going to say, I don't need to feel that this is OCD. I don't need to feel the feeling that I trust myself or trust others. I'm going to make a choice that this is OCD. I'm going to make a choice to trust because this is thought number 1 million. I'm going to make a choice to not ruminate about it. So making a choice is an action. That's within our control. And then every time your brain goes back into rumination, we're not doing that. We've already made that choice. That decision has already been done. So you're focusing on the action rather than on achieving an emotion which is outside of your control. And I promise you, when you do this, when you focus on choosing to trust, and again, when I say focus, I don't mean like sit there and try to focus. You're saying, I'm choosing to trust, I'm going about my day. 2 seconds later, OCD comes back. Still choosing to trust, still going about my day. And you don't actually need to say those words either, but that needs to be the message, the general way you're behaving, the message that you're sending to the brain. And you will start to see that the thoughts lose their power because you're not powering them up. So that's how you need to be all day. And eventually, that feeling of trust will come. But if you also do this where you're like always looking over your shoulder, like, is it here? Is it here now? Do I trust now? How do I feel? Again, you're getting back into OCD. So you really need to follow through as I made a choice. I'm choosing to trust. I'm going about my day. When I get the feeling, if I get the feeling, when is it going to happen? Don't care. Just going about my day. Like this. I promise you this works. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, as you know, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online. And I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I want to talk to you about lifestyle and OCD recovery. So from my experience with clients, and I have a lot of experience, what I can tell you is this. If you are in a situation where you're not leaving your room, you're not leaving your bed, you don't have activity, you're not doing anything, you're going to have a much harder time doing recovery work because you're not filling your brain enough with anything else. You need to show your brain that everything is okay, that everything is normal, even if you're obviously going to be faking it. It's fine. I'm just going to go out. I'm going to see friends. I'm going to do activities. I'm going to do stuff as a person would do if they didn't have OCD. And I remember when I had severe OCD, how horrible and terrible that was to actually implement, because you're just like, you feel like, okay, this is going to take 3 hours wherever I'm going. And how am I going to get through it? And it's going to be bad. And I'm going to get thoughts and all, and you just need to go through this because it's the healthier thing to do, rather than if you are at home and you're sitting on the couch and you don't have activity. OCD has got you right where it wants you without anything else, any other distraction. It's just you and OCD. And a lot of the times clients always ask me, what about jobs? Should I have a job? Should I have a part-time job? I would say if you are in that situation where you're trying to figure out, should you kind of stay home and deal with your OCD, or should you go to work? Both. Okay, so reality is that the both are going to be not so good because you're dealing with OCD. So it's going to be bad at home and it's going to be bad at work. But at work, at least you have a distraction, where at home you don't. As long as that job is not too demanding. Like something that's really demanding and really stressful actually might spike up your OCD. So try to kind of be in the middle where it's not too intense but keeps you busy. That balance, maybe every other day if you can, but if every day, but try not to get too far into it where it's all the time and then after work, and then you don't want to go to that level. Same thing if you are going to school, right? Like, should you take a semester off or should you continue with your studies? I would say for most people, and it obviously depends on your individual situation, but from clients' experience, being busy is better for recovery than being just alone one-on-one with OCD. So going back to what you need to do, every day, try to be active. Try to not isolate. So this starts in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you get out of bed right away. Don't let yourself ruminate in bed. Then try to go where there's people, right? Like communication, all of that. It seems kind of like simple advice, but I promise you it makes a difference because you're not letting yourself ruminate. So it's this built-in exposure work that you are doing regardless. Even if because when you're by yourself, it's very difficult to do exposure work. And now exposure work happens by default because you just can't do the compulsions or the rumination to the extent that you want to do that. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com. Hi, everyone. I'm Ali GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online. And I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about OCD. What if I can't recover? What if I'm never going to get better? With this person said I can recover, this person said I can, this person is using this method, this person is using that method. What if I'm never going to get better? My life is going to be terrible. And then it can tie into your other OCD themes as well. My life is going to be terrible, and then you connect it to your other OCD theme. View this type of rumination as OCD. Any rumination that has to do with worrying about recovery in any way, just treat it as OCD. Don't react. Don't talk about it with people. Don't get reassurance. Don't watch too many YouTube videos. Don't dig up too much information. And with them digging up information, it's like, I understand that obviously you want to understand how OCD works. I get it. But at some point, you have to say, I have enough theory. I need to do the practical, right? And I just wanted to also remind you that recovery process is not a noun, it's a verb. It's an action. It's not just a thing that exists. You're not gonna just magically have recovery descend upon you one day. You're gonna do the work, kind of like having a dirty room in the house. It's fully dirty, and then you clean it a little bit, and then a little more, and you're consistent, and little by little, you clean it all up. That's OCD recovery. That's how it works. It's not when is it gonna come to me? When is the recovery gonna magically descend upon me? No, you're gonna have to do the work, and that's something you need to accept. You need to make it a priority, and every day, no matter what. Many times a day if you're doing compulsions. Rumination is probably the number one key to recovery. You gotta stop ruminating. So all of that, if you do this, you will clean that room up, no problem, and you don't have to worry about it. Am I doing this correctly? Am I not? Because that in itself is rumination. You're researching, that in itself is compulsions. So your best move in that situation is you get a thought about OCD and you're like, whatever, I'm going to go about my day. I'm going outside. See ya. Like that, right? Or I have things to do. I'm going to go do them. So we're not getting into the theories of recovery. We're not getting into metaphysical. We're not getting into psychology. We're just like, whatever. What am I going to eat? Where am I going to go? Very simple, right? Bringing yourself to things that actually for real matter, okay? I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, as always, you know where to find me. I'm always available on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online, and I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Let's talk about a common problem with most OCD themes. So this is the problem that you must address. If your therapist is not addressing this problem, find a therapist that does. Because that is the common thread, and you will not, I'm telling you, as an expert, you will not be able to recover until you address this underlying problem. The problem is rumination. Whether it's harm OCD, whether it's religious OCD, whether it's relationship OCD, whether it's whatever OCD. The only two exceptions I would say with this, although not entirely exempt, would be sensorimotor and physical compulsions. Although that's probably not even true either. It probably still exists in large amounts there. But every other theme, OCD about OCD, with all those themes, rumination is the common thread. If you're just randomly doing exposures and randomly doing hierarchy and addressing rumination not at all, you will not recover from OCD. I am guaranteeing you that. So you need, in whatever OCD theme you have, and this is also why themes jump. Oh, you don't want to think about this? Think about that. You don't want to feed OCD donuts? Feed it sandwiches. That's literally what's happening. It's just a different food. How you're feeding OCD? Through rumination. You need to reduce rumination to 0. There is no options with that. Because otherwise you will never recover. You'll just continue to ruminate about going from one theme to another, going to what if I don't recover, and then making your way back around to your original themes. And it just jumps from one to another. Again, like I'm saying, don't want to feed OCD donuts? Feed OCD sandwiches. It doesn't care. It just wants food from you. So that's your number one priority. Start catching and reducing rumination. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me or book a talk, all the information, as always, is on youhaveocd.com.